All right, now our museums are, of course, among the many places closed just now. But when they do reopen, there's a fascinating body of work waiting to be discovered in Petersfield.
An incredible collection of black and white negatives has been donated by a local former press photographer, Don Eades, who died last month.
Well, the photos span 3 decades of local news and events, as Simon Marks explains.
Capturing images of life through 3 decades, Don Eades was a freelance press photographer.
His catchphrase was, "There's no harm in a smile," and wherever he was, people warmed to him.
One of Don's first assignments was to photograph the Dairy Maids in 1962. From then on, if anything happened around Petersfield, the chances are Don was there. He was there when the postman's van rolled into Burreton Pond. When the timber yard caught fire, next to the gasometer, Don got the photo. He went underground to photograph workmen building a new sewer across the heath. And, without any safety equipment, he climbed the church spire and took this photo of the steeplejack.
Wasn't afraid of much, was he?
No, he certainly wasn't. He was a very brave man. He was asked to go to Marwell Zoo to photograph a young cheetah. The keeper allowed him to go in the enclosure. The keeper then retreated behind the gate. And Dad did say, "I thought that was probably going to be the last photograph I ever took." But it came up to Dad, and Dad got that picture looking down. And that was one of his early colour photographs, actually. So that's a really, really special one. He would often go to do his photographs, and he would end up joining in. A lovely one of him on a potter's wheel. We do have a lovely thank you letter from Lord Mountbatten because Dad gave him some photographs, something that we as a family will cherish forever.
Don retired in the late 80s, and in 2015 he donated his collection of over 100,000 black and white negatives to Petersfield Museum.
It was a big wooden box full of lots of brown envelopes. The entire collection was catalogued and about 21,000 negatives digitised. It captures this period in history in which Petersfield and the surrounding villages were undergoing rapid change and development. The last market was held in 1963 and Don Eades photographed that momentous event, a really valuable record for us.
Don's photos are a fascinating record of the way things used to be. The dinner ladies enjoying a police escort. The tug of war at Hartling Fete. And the time Terry Wogan turned up at a Keep Fit class. Don wrote captions for some of his photos. This one he called Motorised Monks.
He took all those pictures of so many people, and then he handed it all back to them. He gave it back to the museum so that will be there for future generations to look back at the history of this very, very special area.
Simon Marks, BBC South Today.
Oh, the wonderful Don Eades. I mean, you think about photographs that we take today. How many photos have you got on your phone at the moment?
Well, I've just started transferring them to the cloud. I reckon I've got about 2,500.
2,500? That says it all, doesn't it? We'd never have an Alexis display of photos, would we? Well, 2,500?
Yes, I know. I've been really lazy, and it's about 3 years' worth of photos. I'm trying to transfer.
There is actually something I just want to say very quickly. I've just had this, Anne Saunders has sent us an email here, and she remembers Don Eades when he came to take photos where she worked. She said he was gentlemanly, quietly spoken, and a joy to have around. That's lovely, isn't it?
A true professional.
And if you want to see that special exhibition, we've told you, of course, that the museum is shut. When it reopens, they have the display of Don Eades photographs ready to go. All right, talking of photographs and pictures, shall we have a look at what they've done with our weather?